Hello everyone, and welcome once again to my Patterns and Change page of my blog site. Today we're going to talk about a system using the two eternal principles of the universe I call heat and cold, and make electrical energy out of it. This system is not very well known. It was first published in 1959 by my teachers, Dr. Walter Russell and his wonderful wife, Lael. I feel that this system should be examined and experimented with so that we can at least learn how to make electricity much more economical and much safer than we do with atomic energy. And as Dr. Russell said, this could be done at that time. I don't feel there was any real serious focus on making solar energy in 1959. There was no real need for it. At that time, we had no laws concerning the environment and the coal industry and so forth. Therefore, we were not as well focused on making electricity in many of the ways that we are now attempting to use. I want to explain this process exactly the way Dr. Russell did and show you exactly what is going on and how this could be used in a very, very economical way to make electricity. First of all, imagine going out on a bright sunshiny day, taking a magnifying glass and focusing it over a piece of paper or dry straw. Now you know what's going to happen. Every science student in the world can tell you that it will focus heat to a point and start a fire. Even on a cold winter day, you can go out in bright sunshine using a magnifying glass and you can develop a fire from the use of focus. And that is a wonderful way to explain the basic principles of the universe. The basic principles are fire and water. They are both eternal throughout the universe, and we can use the one and the other in a different way to make electrical energy. I'm going to start with my drawings like I always do. The first drawing is the biconvex, the heat system. Now this is a form we make out of glass. This biconvex system that I have right here is what the magnifying glass is made out of. And when you shine light through it, it multiplies the power of the light and brings it to a focus, and that's what burns the paper. You override the radiation side of it. And this other form here, this biconcave form, will do exactly the opposite. It sends the light rays out. Therefore, it would be very, very difficult to get the biconcave lens to start a fire because it has radiation qualities about it. However, if you take the two and put them together, the biconcave and biconvex, you have a complete sphere and you would have perfect balance. Notice that the hot is 90 degrees from the cold. They are totally opposites. What goes in will come out, and done balanced, everything works just fine. However, you have to build up a sort of stress between the two in order to create electricity. That's where Dr. Russell came up with his system. First of all, you start out with a rather large glass biconvex lens, reducing the size down 4 times and wrapping this up into a cone. Notice how the larger comes down to a focused point. Therefore, you would wrap this into a cone of some sort of material that would not allow the heat to escape from the lenses. Notice that there is no biconcave configuration between these lenses. They would be mathematically separated and mathematically developed in size and so forth. This would help light to multiply its heat through this system. Now, What would you use for light? Well, Dr. Russell recommended acetylene gas. Acetylene gas was plentiful. It is white in flame, therefore it would multiply much easier through a cone of lenses as we have described them. Also, you could take one flame and set it up behind a set, or what he called a bank, of the biconvex lenses, and that's what we have here. 16 lenses and one flame on one side of the largest lens, and you would have that same flame multiplying through a bank of 16 different lenses. Now, what would happen after that? Well, I need to tell you a little story about this before we go any further. I talked to another Russell student of the science many years ago who had invested quite a sum of money in this system, trying to develop a system that would make the electricity, and perhaps he could sell it as a generator type system for homes. However, he said that the radiation, the heat radiated from it too fast, and it would not make enough hot water to go to a turbine. This was because he did exactly as the instructions said, and that is he used one bank on one side of a tank of water. I say you should use at least two banks, one on each side of a thin jacket of water, and that water would be heated by both sides. So you would have an acetylene flame on each side where I have the word fire, and it would be shining through the biconvex lenses of cones. Now you could even bring those points of those cones closer together inside the tank, and the water surrounding them would cause it to get hotter and hotter until you started making steam. And the steam, of course, would come out and go over to a turbine whereby you would make your electricity. I feel this is something that needs to be experimented with. There would be a lot of mathematical work done here and quite an investment. Yet once it's worked into and developed, it would be quite an economical way to make electricity. It avoids a lot of problems such as sunlight and wind. We wouldn't have to depend on any of that kind of thing. This production system could even be put underground. It could be used in one building, one neighborhood, or perhaps a whole town at a time. That's about it for today. I hope you find this interesting. I hope you share this video with other people. And if you decide to invest a little bit of something in this, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that this system could be used to replace the highly dangerous atomic energy system we have going now. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.